The following is a presentation of Muddy River News.
A&B Properties is Quincy's largest apartment rental company with hundreds of units available. They offer short-term and long-term rentals with 1 up to 4 bedroom apartments. A&B Properties meets the needs of its tenants with care, compassion, and a quality of service that exceeds expectations. A&B Properties also has a convenient tenant app for you to do your payments or make repair requests. Give them a call today. A&B Properties, 217-919-8080, Quincy.
Special water. Oh, God.
That's that birthday water coming out.
Something like that.
That's funny.
St. Ellen had said something funny about us and the fact that we have these birthdays that are all like boom, boom, boom. And she said, that's way too many Scorpios
It is.
at one table.
I love it. I think that we always talk about balance, and it's funny because I just realized this year that we all are Scorpios, and my mom's a Scorpio. I mean, our whole family is.
Ellen is.
Yeah.
Mine's
Isn't
on
that
the
crazy?
cusp. It's the last day, and I think it's depending on whatever calendar you believe in.
Yeah.
So makes you Scorpio light?
I get that, or maybe I'm.
I don't think you're Scorpio light.
I hope not. My first tattoo was a scorpion. I drew it myself. I
Really?
put it somewhere where it probably wasn't positioned the right spot because the scorpion looked like a lobster, and the next thing you know, I have,
You had crabs?
I have crabs.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
So
Wow.
I covered it up with a big black heart.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
That'll do.
But yeah, so, but I think the thing is, because, Scorpios have a bit of a reputation, as you all
Yeah.
know. But we seem to get along okay. We're all like, this isn't like some nest of vipers, is it? Or
No,
am
I think
just-
it's amazing
Am I
because
just naive?
no, I think we all say what's on our mind, and then we all know that it is because we're all outspoken, we're all opinionated, and we all are still buddies and can go have a drink after we disagree, and that's good, right? I think
Yes.
it's important to be able to speak your mind and be your true, genuine self, and still have like the grace to accept others who do the same. I think that's the good thing about us, right?
Yes.
Is the opposite of what Scorpios are known for. So,
Really?
yes.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
known as, you're being a scorpion, I guess.
Standoffish assholes.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I can tend to be like that with other people, but
I mean,
maybe
don't get me wrong. There's
Yeah.
times where I don't want to be bothered at all. Leave me the hell alone. Let me just sit there and do my work. But I don't know. I try to be an outgoing guy for the most part. Just there are just times where I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah. Do you buy into the whole zodiac sign and that's like that's the thing, that's it?
My daughter Michelle is just so into that, and she's made numerous times. She's talked about Ella and I both being Scorpios, and she makes it a big deal. So,
Well, I mean, I guess if it proves her point, that's one way to look at it.
my wife
but-
is really not that much of a well. Okay, she's a Scorpio in a couple of ways. But
Yeah.
we don't get into that right now. So,
I mean, I think there are some coincidences of, and I do think that there are different tides that come in
Yeah.
and change, and the sign is kind of, I don't know, it kind of does outline who I am, but I think there are other factors. So maybe that's what comes into play, and maybe that's why we all get along, right?
Yeah.
maybe
Maybe.
I don't believe in any of it.
you don't.
No.
No?
Okay.
I think it was, I don't know. It's good marketing.
It is.
It is.
No doubt about it.
I also think the way that we've talked about this before, kind of the way that you're brought into this world, or like the pregnancy of your mom, kind of impacts your personality and how passionate or laid back you are.
And
I've always
what
thought
they
that.
ate during the
Right.
pregnancy.
Or back then,
affects-
smoked and drank.
Smoked and drank. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I've seen several pictures of family members whom I won't mention who were pregnant in the 60s. Not my mother, but she didn't smoke. But who were in the 60s and 70s, pregnant and cigarettes, and you saw it on Mad Men. And I mean, yeah, it was
Oh, I'm sure they were doing worse things too.
Yeah.
Not my
probably
mom.
so.
My mom was a little angel, I think.
Sure, she was. That's where you get it.
Yeah, right. I know. Thanks, Mom.
But anyway, next week is Thanksgiving, so we will not be having a show next week because normally we record on Thursdays, and I'm sure we'll all be stuffing our faces and watching football, and yes, with food and maybe a couple drinks, but also watching football and doing all the other things you do on Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there.
Yep.
As we will not see you next week, we'll be back in 2 weeks. So with that, and we won't have many of our other programs. I think we've got a couple that are in the can, but for the most part, Muddy River News is taking a little bit of a break. On the video side, we'll still have plenty of news and cover things if something happens and all that good stuff. But just to let people know that not as much on the video side next week. So.
Yeah. Well, I hope you all enjoy it. Are you all fans or not fans of people who say Turkey Day?
I don't know.
Don't really care?
Doesn't bother me.
Happy Turkey Day? Yeah.
Doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I think of it as Thanksgiving. I will be watching at some point, not the football game, but I'm going to watch the Thanksgiving horror movie.
Oh my gosh, you sent me that. All right, so you know
the
how
trailer of so it's Thanksgiving. There will be no leftovers.
Yeah. So you know how the writer strike is over?
Mm-hmm.
That writer could have stayed on strike.
I think it looks pretty good.
I just can't. I'm not a horror fan anyway. So taking something that I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know.
No,
I'm not either, but something like that just looks so cheesy. It was like when we had talked about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, which is now on streaming, and I saw it, and Ellen, I'm like, I want to watch that. She's like, no. I'm like, I want to watch Cocaine Bear. No. Okay, fine.
The Cocaine Bear was
I
really
heard
good.
it's pretty good.
But
and I guess I should give the Thanksgiving There Will Be No Leftovers a chance, but yeah, I'm just not into it.
Did you watch the trailer?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. So something has to have I don't know, like a plot, and I guess this one has a loose one.
The plot is the Thanksgiving meal.
I know, it's like,
And
our names are all at the table. I'm like, oh gosh, I can't. Yeah.
In the scene where, like, it's the trailer and they're the murderer is cooking the lady dressed like a turkey.
Yeah, and then did you see the face when they finally show? I'm like, I
didn't see the face.
Yeah.
It reminded me a little bit of the movie that you like that surrounds our birthdays.
V for Vendetta.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a similar look.
Like,
Yeah.
well, with his face, definitely not a similar plot.
No.
So I was kind of Googling today because, there's one side of Thanksgiving and then there's like the bloodshed, gory side.
Mm-hmm.
So just out of curiosity, I did a Chat GPT search just to see what side it would show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the Wampanoag and the Pilgrims coming together to have a feast of support one another and blah, blah, like very touchy-feely. And
That's right.
Yeah, that's how I like to look at it. But then I DuckDuckGo'd it because I just wanted to see the contrast. And it did agree that, it was a time where Pilgrims and the Wampanoag, which I didn't know was basically a tribe of like a conglomeration of 5 different tribes, came together and sat down to support one another. But bloodshed was before and after. So it's kind of like I don't know.
It was like they took a peace break or something, right?
Yeah.
Ceasefire. It was a ceasefire.
Yeah, which is weird because I think about
they were hungry.
Yeah, right. I think about like what's going on today. Can you imagine like this isn't funny, but the people that are at war right now, and probably including the United States, just all coming together and in the midst of this,
turkey.
Time out, pause, time to eat, and then back at it. I just can't.
Yeah, that's not happening in Gaza right now.
No, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And it's not funny because, of course we hope that all that gets resolved. But I was like, I just can't imagine that. So I wish I were a fly on the wall back then just to see how it was. But regardless, we celebrate Thanksgiving as a way of families coming together and showing thanks and grateful appreciation for everything we have, including family, which at times, we may consider a little bit of bloodshed there too, because we get
horrific.
Yeah, we get some. We put the dysfunction. we got a little bit.
We put the
dysfunction.
fun and dysfunction.
There you go. Yeah, but we've always had really, really good Thanksgiving celebrations, and then as everybody's getting older and busier, we celebrate Thanksmas. So we combine them. Yeah, you do too?
We did.
Yeah.
Before Mom and Dad, they used to leave for Florida in the middle of November. Now they leave a little early. They leave like in October, and so we don't do it anymore. We just don't.
Yeah.
But it's still, I remember when, we first started having kids, and Ellen's parents were still alive in St. Louis, and my parents were in Perry, and I had 2 sets of grandparents still alive, and you had to make an appearance everywhere.
Yep.
That was not fun, and we fought. It was stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's so much better. It's like, well, kids, come home. If not, okay, we'll FaceTime. We're sure we want to see you.
Now everyone's gone. It's so much fun.
We will see each other though on Thanksgiving this year, so that's nice, and
excellent.
Christmas. So,
Yeah.
but again, it's not the run around to Perry and St. Louis and back and just
Yeah, and it's like, I can only eat a little bit here because I have to go have 7 more meals today. By
I
the
bitch
end
about
of it.
this all the time to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
So he
I
goes,
know.
it'll get, it'll change.
lightens
It'll
up.
change.
Yeah.
But like you just said, it's kind of sad that, it changes after people go.
Yeah.
And
I think it's like anything else. It's kind of like a phase of life that while you're in it, you're kind of, you forget to count your blessings and
Yeah.
you're thinking about the stress and the running around. And then when it's gone, you're like, oh, I have fond memories of that. And you kind of forget about the bad. But then if you have to go through any of it at any given point later on, you're like, now I remember. This is why I
Yes.
hated it.
Well, then I
Yeah.
also went through that stretch where I did the basketball announcing at Quincy High. So then for 10 years, I would have to leave at halftime of the Cowboys game and then go, do PA for 2 games. So, so. But anyway, now I can, if I wasn't traveling and missing part of the game, because obviously I want to watch the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day, then I get to watch them now. I don't have to. It's like, I'll do what I want. I'll do what you want when this game is over.
That's awesome. Yeah, we always did. When I was young, it was always the tradition: get up, watch the parade, go to grandma's, eat, watch football, or if my cousins and I were playing in the backyard, then we would go to another grandma's and eat. And today it's kind of the same. I mean, we do Luke's grandparents, and then my sister's house. It's a little more low key, but I think it's still nice that my kids get to spend time with their cousins
Yeah.
because you don't get to see them often, and Luke's grandma, and of course my family. So, yeah, it's always relatively nice.
my Thanksgivings revolve, I feel like, around the bar generally because
Yeah.
I have the Blackout Wednesday, and then for a while there, I was opening on Thanksgiving. Someone took that spot, which I was happy for, but and then I would do Black Friday too. So that was like my stretch of, but I'm off this.
Money.
It was it is
It is.
it is a bartender's week.
Yeah,
I will not be doing it this week. But
yeah.
Well, you also you planned ahead though. You're working ahead of time, and so
Yes.
this is your actually busy bar
yes,
week.
it really is. And then during that week is also usually during Thanksgiving week is my birthday falls on it a lot, and I was surprised with a birthday party this past
saw
week.
that. How
That-
sweet was that?
That was so like this whole week has been really busy for me too because everyone's like happy birthday. I'm like, it's not my birthday, but thank you.
Took
Yeah.
it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta celebrate all month.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
So
it is what
yeah,
it is.
it's always a blend of birthday, Thanksgiving, bar for me. The horror story, but it's not really a horror story. The funny story, the funniest Thanksgiving story that I can think of with my family, was in 2013. This changed, I think, everything for phone etiquette. Everyone was out on their phone. Not everyone, but a lot of us had our phones out, and we were taking pictures of our food. And somebody said, hey, look around the table. Now, not everyone had their phone out, so then we staged a photo to have Grandma and Grandpa have their phones out too. And, we said, thanks, Apple, 2013
Oh, that's
Thanksgiving.
awesome.
Now, but after that, I think that's seriously when it changed for me, where it's phone etiquette, where you take, you put your phone away when you're eating
Yeah.
or when you're talking to people.
Yeah.
But it's not rude, I don't think, anymore if you whip your phone out and you take a picture before you eat, as long
That's
as you put
fine.
it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
prior to, I don't want to say prior to that Thanksgiving around the table that made it okay, but I guess prior to around that time, it wasn't okay really, to have your phone out. And
Yeah.
foodies, I think, became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where they
with-
had to take their pictures of their food
Of everything
before
they
they
eat,
ate it.
yeah.
Yeah, when the phone came on, when a good phone came on, or when a good camera came on the phone, that
Yeah.
is the birth of the foodie. I
Yeah, see,
guess.
we can't do that around. So Luke's family is real funny in that if you aren't looking at your food all the time or like guarding it, you might get a finger poked in your roll, or somebody might like swipe your mashed potatoes.
If
I'm telling you,
if Luke put his
Yeah.
finger in my picture perfect plate before I got my picture,
Uh-huh.
I would break Luke's
oh, he
finger.
would. His entire family would, because they're just a bunch of horses' ass.
I do
say
think it's
asses.
funny,
I say that
though.
lovingly,
It is
but
funny.
yeah, it's like
Get your fingers
It's a
out of my
game.
food.
Get your fingers
Yeah,
out of my
or if
food.
you
I'm trying to take a
leave-
picture.
if
COVID,
you,
hello.
if you make your plate and you leave it, your deviled
Why are
egg
you
is going to be
leaving-
gone.
But why would you leave your plate?
Like if you forgot a napkin or you get up to get something to drink, because a kitchen, I mean, these are huge family gatherings. So
Yeah.
you're in a small kitchen, everybody's trying to get their food. You may have forgotten a drink or didn't want to get it right then because the kitchen's packed. So you get up and you go get your egg is gone. Your deviled egg is definitely
That
gone.
is the worst, is when you don't get a deviled egg.
Yeah.
We made the deviled eggs one year, and I remember I didn't get a deviled
Ooh,
egg.
yeah, see, no.
How'd you not stash a couple?
I don't know.
I would have.
My
I
sister-in-law.
don't like deviled eggs.
Oh my gosh, my
You do or
sister-in-law
don't?
makes
Don't.
the best.
Oh, there's
Oh.
so many different kinds now
Oh.
that you can make. I know that we made all kinds of different weird kinds. My family is all about plain. So
Yeah.
I'm all about bringing weird stuff
So
to
you can
the
have it.
table.
Yeah.
I just want them to try it usually. 50% of the time it works,
Yeah.
and then the other time it's just like that was a fail.
I have never in my life cooked a turkey or a ham.
Really?
Never. I've always been invited to the table, and all I have to bring is like
Rolls.
rolls, napkins. So just
Well, you
recent-
bake the rolls,
Yeah,
right?
from Hy-Vee or Flea Market. But I just recently graduated to like dips, which so I would bring like Hawaiian rolls and like a dill dip and some other dip.
They know
and-
you all too well.
right? I'm like, yeah,
You can cook.
I can cook, but I have never attempted a Thanksgiving or a Christmas meal for multiple people. I just never have. And thank goodness for that, because I get to actually really enjoy the holiday.
Yes.
I just show up, stuff my face, visit,
Take
go
a little
home.
nap.
Yeah. It's awesome.
I've done I've done turkeys for years. Won't be doing them this year, but I've done them for years, and I enjoy doing it. It's if it's not and I've done it when it's been freezing cold, and you just stand kind of by the grill, and it's okay. You're warm because you're by the grill.
You don't fry it?
Haven't you
No, I
deep-fried
don't
it
fry
once?
it. No, I've never
No?
deep fried a turkey. I've ordered them and had them deep fried and
Okay.
picked them up, but I've never done the deep
That's
frying
dangerous,
myself.
huh? Is it? I guess it can be.
Oh yeah, we
I've
hear
seen
all
some
kinds
clips.
of
Yeah.
stories. I think from the fire department about people.
Don't put the frozen one in there. That sucker will blow up.
Right? I think that's, yeah. So I just get nervous. I'm like, yeah, you guys do your thing and I'll bring the dips.
I cooked a ham one time. I was talking to Mike about this, like when we were reminiscing about our Thanksgiving things, and I told him the story about when. So some guy gave me a ham from the bar, and he was very nice about. I don't know. He was like, just saying, hey, do you want this? And I made a special trip to his house to pick it up, and it was like this generous gift or
It is
whatever.
very nice.
It was very nice. And I slaved over this ham. I did everything to the T, the way it was supposed to, according to the internet.
Yeah.
And I told him, and I go, do you remember when it deflated? He goes, that didn't happen. That's Christmas vacation. It didn't happen. but it turned to mush.
Oh.
And it was the most foulest, nasty, and like, what happened? And then we looked at the package. It was 2 years, like, older than
Oh, it was
should-
expired.
way expired.
I was gonna say I thought you maybe you had cooked a pre-cooked ham. I thought that's what you
No,
had done,
nope.
but-
It was a really,
Old
really old
ham.
ham.
Oh,
and
that's a bummer.
yeah.
The thought was
Ugh.
there.
yes, very much so. So yes, thank you for my old ham and the experience.
Yeah.
I thought it deflated. He goes, no, you're remembering the movie Christmas
I mean,
Vacation.
basically it deflated. You couldn't eat it, right?
No, and
Yeah.
after when you cook something like that, it's like 6 hours. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh yeah.
That's
So-
that's a heartbreak there.
Yeah.
it really was.
Yeah, that is a
yeah.
heartbreak.
You want to do a turkey or ham right? It's 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
Luckily, that wasn't actually for Thanksgiving. I don't think it was just
Just a treat.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was like prepping to maybe try to do it. So I'm not gonna no. I will. We get catered from Platt Daddy's.
Yeah.
We had the what was it? The prime. I can't think.
Burn-ins.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, we had that one year,
Mhm.
and then one time we had catering from JJ's Catering. I don't know if they still
I
do that
remember you
though.
telling
I think
me
they
that.
do.
Yeah.
I think they do.
I know my grandma's been calling, and she's like, and they don't answer.
Oh.
Well, maybe they're not. I mean, I know
I don't
Jimmy's
know.
doing with his baseball thing. I know Jimmy Louthan's pretty busy. I'm not sure what's
That
up with
is
catering
one
things,
of
so.
the best places though for
Yeah.
I think both those.
Yeah, I've never attempted. I did attempt a pecan pie one time, or pecan, however you say it, and that turned it was
Pecan.
pecan pie. Don't
Pecan
say
pie.
Pecan pie.
Right.
But it was water in a pie shell, and my sister still to this day won't let me live it down. I'm like, I swear.
Did anyone eat it though? Like to be
You
like,
couldn't. You'd have to have a straw.
With
I mean,
soup.
it was like it was
Pecan
definite
soup.
pecan soup. I was like, okay, well, I'll leave the dessert to someone else too, and I'll stick to my dips and my Hawaiian rolls. But yeah, overall, Thanksgiving is low key and awesome, and yeah, I love spending time with fam, and it's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna miss all you guys. That's for sure.
The whole week. Wow.
No, we'll have to get
2
together.
weeks, actually.
Yeah, we'll have to get together. But as far as, do you have a favorite Thanksgiving memory? Or maybe you haven't made it yet. Maybe it's coming up.
Not really. Nothing really stands out. I mean, I just remember, again, spending time going to, but now before, when I was married and just when it was just my grandparents and stuff, that was great because you just showed up and ate.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then, when the kids were little, again, you were rushing around so much, it was just crazy. Now it's great. I mean, the kids, we've been lucky enough, the kids make it home for, Alex travels a lot, but we're going to see him this year. And then Scott and Michelle will also be there. So
That'd be great.
It is. Nothing stands out. It's just the whole feeling of getting to see everybody, and then of course watching the Cowboys.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome.
And you said basketball starts on
QHS basketball starts Thursday night. Yeah.
on
Yeah, they play
have to
play
do that
Thanksgiving
big
night.
tournament.
They've done that for 50 or 49 or 50 years,
Yeah.
however long the tournament is.
but that's their first game.
First game of the season is Thanksgiving night.
Wow. Okay.
It's a 4-team tournament. The 2 teams will play in the early game, and then QHS always plays in the late game. So QHS plays a game Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night.
Nice.
So,
and then our next Club Muddy guest.
Yeah. AD, Andy Douglas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll be 3-0 and in a good mood. If he's not, then I guess we'll have to cheer him up.
Yeah,
So,
we can do that.
No, they're going to be really good this year. Basketball around here is going to be a lot of fun. I slipped out and watched the QU game last night against Hannibal Grange. They look good. John Woods 4-0. Notre Dame should be decent. I mean, yeah, basketball's and the women's team, Quincy High is going to be good. Notre Dame's always good. John Wood girls, I don't think they've got off to. I'm not sure what their start is so far, but and Quincy University has a new coach, so it's going to be a lot of warm nights in gyms for basketball fans coming
Yeah.
up this year. This is obviously the favorite time of year for folks in Quincy because they do love their basketball.
Yeah, I was just
so.
going to say, it's quite a tradition. Like, even we've started doing the tournaments, and it's fun.
Do you go on Thanksgiving night?
My mom and my aunt generally do. We don't do on Thanksgiving, but we'll go at least one night. So, yeah, it's fun. I'm not even you know how I am with sports, but I just like to go and cheer on my high school.
I was a huge basketball fan in high school. Like
Were
I
you?
think out of all the sports in high school, that was my favorite as a spectator sport.
Did you go like sit in the student section?
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff? You
and
did. I
jump
never
up and,
did.
We jumped up and down. I don't want to say like we broke, but people around.
Yeah, you
like,
broke the
that's where
bleachers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I broke the bleacher.
Yeah,
it
you
was
sure
me.
did. That was one regret I've always had is I never was really involved in like the student section for basketball or anything. And now I look over there; they have so much fun.
Yeah.
I think that was the best. And I did 2 worlds. So I did Notre Dame 2 years, my first 2 years of high school, and then I did QHS my last 2 years. And both, it went like that for both too, as the spectator
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
sport. The pit, and then like Blue Devil tradition. My hair was blue all the time. Like
Really?
Oh yeah, like I would dye my hair blue
You got
for
any
the
pictures?
game. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I made T-shirts all the time for the game. I
my
made
gosh, that's
T-shirts
awesome.
for certain basketball players, certain cheerleaders that were my friends.
Yeah.
People would hope that they would get my T-shirt or like
Yeah, they're
not,
like,
not that
"You
they
wanna
would
be friends?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
it would be
Make 'em a
yeah.
T-shirt.
That's
Cool.
where the T-shirt Wednesdays maybe actually birthed.
Could be.
Well, looky there, comes full circle. That
Whoa.
is so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Yeah, that was always a regret. And now I see like the football game, the QHS football game, that student section, and then I noticed officer, who is it? Oh, I forget who it is, but anyway, she came down and she was like, if you behave, I can leave. But they were getting all rowdy because of the calls and things that were going on, which I thought was great.
You mean the playoff game?
Yeah.
Oh,
Officer
not
Dush?
the calls.
Yeah, Dush, yeah.
They were playing.
I love her.
Playing
She's
a
awesome.
dang NFL team. That
Right?
was-
Yeah.
I mean,
And the calls, I was like, who's paying these? Who's
well,
paying these
it's-
refs?
You don't lose 61-14 because of the calls. You lose because you lost to a better team.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and they played against themselves too, which
yeah.
was sad, but
Yeah, so-
it was still a really fun game to watch, and watching them all year was awesome. I was
Yeah.
proud
Well,
to
they
be a
was
Blue Devil for sure.
best season in school history. So
Yeah.
it's they're going to be. They've got a lot of guys coming back next year. So it ought to be another good year next
Yeah,
year
it was exciting. I loved it. And again, I'm not even a sportser, but it's part of
I
of
think
Quincy. I think it's in the blood of people in Quincy. Whether you, it's not that I'm not a sport. I love it. I just don't always understand. Claire was asking me, how come they get so many tries? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just here.
I don't know. I just try to keep an eye on the ball in the end zone and who's got it.
There you
There
go.
you go.
All you got to do is follow
Right?
it. Easy.
Yeah.
It's easy.
That's what I
It's a
think.
simple game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not-
sure.
I just need somebody to explain it to me when I'm not having drinks. Kind of like euchre. I can't
Yeah.
learn that game because I'm always having beers, and I'm like, I don't know. I give up. Give me something else.
Got it.
Which is that's one thing we always play. We play games
Mhm.
at our Thanksmas things. Or
Sure.
The picture that I sent you,
Mhm.
we did like a contest where we had teams of people dressing. We had to dress. We had to use like certain materials to dress up one lucky person as a giant Christmas tree, and then they were judged. Luke had to be the Christmas tree, and all you see is like his beard popping out. It's pretty awesome. But those are the good memories. Everybody getting together and no bitching, no political crap, no nothing.
No.
It was just
Oh, so you guys don't do the politic thing?
no,
No.
I mean, later on, like the later night crowd, after we start drinking, there could be some conversations, and there have been, but generally, no, we try to steer clear.
It was
'cause
so
it's,
over my head when I was younger. I could
Yeah.
hear them arguing. I didn't know what they were arguing about. And then now you hear it and you're like, oh, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to
Yeah.
hear it. And I'm
Yeah.
just going to steer clear of this one
Yeah.
because this is my daily life anyway.
Yeah.
We
Right.
played a lot. We played a lot of cards and games as a kid, though. Too. If the weather was bad, we were playing cards. If the weather was nice, we were outside throwing the football around.
Yeah.
So that's the stuff I remember about Thanksgiving as a kid was that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I just don't remember a whole lot of political talk back then, and
No.
really hasn't been much lately. Ellen's side of the family doesn't get it. My side of the family, it's just not a thing. We just talk about other stuff.
Phil
Yeah.
Featheringale is my uncle.
Ah.
So,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so that was, that directed.
So there's always
Yeah.
some political talk there.
So when do you put up your Christmas tree? I know we're talking about Thanksgiving, and I'm not trying to skip over it, but some
We
people
will-
are putting theirs up before. Are you a before Thanksgiving?
No.
I know you're not.
Real
because-
tree that we generally
So
get
am
in a December 10 to 15 window.
Okay.
And that's when we put it up.
Otherwise, it would be like a Charlie Brown tree. If you get
Yeah.
a real tree, your
Otherwise, it would
needles
look like
are-
our fig tree.
And we also
the
leave it
needles are
up
gone.
as long as we can. Well, we would leave it all the way up through the end of the Epiphany when you're supposed to leave it up, but we generally take ours down because the Boy Scouts say, "Hey, give us $10 and we'll take your tree away."
What's the end of Epiphany?
The Epiphany is that's when you're supposed to take your tree down. That's officially the end of the Christmas season.
When is it? I'm asking.
It's like later July,
Oh.
early February.
Ew.
Later July.
I mean, I'm sorry, January.
I was
Later
like, ew,
January.
Charlie
It's
Brown
later.
tree for
I think
sure.
it's late January, early
Don't
February.
let the animals drink that tree water.
So
Is it okay so after the break, I think I'm gonna get a artificial Christmas tree, so you don't have to water it.
Yeah.
okay,
He does a really good job of watering
I
these.
water the tree.
And
Yeah. Well, I don't really want to haul a real Christmas tree in here.
Yeah.
These trees
Plus-
seem to like this when it gets warm.
I
and
know
I don't
that,
want to drink
that and your
anymore.
coffee and whatever else you're putting in there. This
This
is what I
fertilizer.
started-
Water.
Yes.
Fertilizer. I grew up in the fertilizer business.
Yeah.
Steve Bull told me that he would donate
A tree?
Yeah.
One of his 75 trees?
Exactly. One of his
Oh.
one of his artificial
Well,
trees.
isn't that
Hopefully, yeah.
nice?
I'll have him decorate it too.
That's awesome. Yeah. Just really getting the spirit.
And
Yeah.
today, as this airs, Steve was our guest last week, but as this airs on Friday, today was his last day. And,
Yeah.
so congratulations again to him for his good run, and it was great to listen to you guys talk last week about that. So, and he's like I said, he's gotten a lot of love, but a lot of the WTAD old timers have been on coming back, and Dorsey. I just called you an old timer. So, and some of the others who've been popped up this week. So that's all thanks Steve for all the hard work he's done all these years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Steve.
Dad.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
That was awesome. I don't know. Anything else? What we can talk about?
Well, I think we're just going to go ahead and finish up. And I want to thank everybody again for watching this extra special edition that we just talked about some holiday stuff. So,
It's been forever since we sat down, the three of us.
It has
I want
been,
to make.
yes.
I want to make
But we've
note
got
of
some-
that.
we've got some-
Yeah.
We haven't
three
killed
best
each other yet.
Right?
But yeah, no, we got great guests coming up in December. And then we will probably do this again, just the three of us, right before Christmas, because we'll take Christmas week off as well. And then
And on that episode, we will sing you Christmas carols.
Yeah. Brittany will.
Brittany will sing you Christmas carols.
Feliz Navidad. There's just a taste of it there.
Yeah.
There's still a little
Who's singing?
taster. Yeah. I just said yesterday. I give it a
Meg
shot.
wanted to sing.
Yeah. Meg said she's a singer.
Really?
Did you know
Yeah.
that?
No.
I didn't
She
know that
said,
either.
yeah.
Okay,
we
we're
had-
holding her to it.
Right?
So,
I know.
anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and we will
Yeah.
see you in 2 weeks.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
In the front row, kicking back old school tracks like damn. Can't get enough of this mode, like I don't even know where I am.